Welcome to Nisreen's Art World. I'm Nisreen, a dancer and a visual artist with a background in graphic art and psychology, currently based in the US. This podcast is your gateway to a creative fusion of ideas where I explore everything from book reviews to dance analysis, all through an artistic lens, in both English and Japanese. Whether you are here for inspiration, insight, or a fresh perspective, I'm glad you're joining me on this journey. Hello, this is Nisreen. Welcome to the fourth episode of season 3 of my podcast. It's lovely to be speaking with you again. As many artists and art lovers know, art is not only about aesthetic delight. It also offers profound insights into how we can face life's challenges. Today, I'd like to share 3 paintings that explore loss and grief and reflect on the lessons they can teach us. I hope you enjoy this journey. 1. The Dead Mother, Edvard Munch. This oil painting by Norwegian artist Edvard Munch, created between 1899 and 1900, stands out for its raw portrayal of a child's despair in the face of loss. Here, the death of a mother is shown not just as a family tragedy, but as a destruction of a child's entire world. The bright red of the child's clothing pierces the muted background, a visual alarm signaling shock and emotional rupture. The child's face is rendered so simply that it resembles a doll, expressionless, almost inhuman, while the mother in bed appears unnaturally small and weightless, as if fading from reality already. The adults in the background lack eyes or mouth, their facelessness amplifying the scene's alienation. This stylistic choice was very unusual at the time and even stirred concerns regarding the artist's mental well-being. The painting's emotional force echoes Munch's most famous work, The Scream, with its distorted reality mirroring psychological anguish. Munch's own childhood was shadowed by tragedy. His mother died of tuberculosis when he was just 5, followed by the death of his siblings and father, while another sister struggled with declining mental health. Munch himself reflected, illness, insanity, and death were the black angels that kept watch over my cradle and accompanied me my entire life. I find this piece both horrifying and flawless in its insight into a child's inner world. It recalls my own early years when my home was my entire universe, and even small things, a shadow in a corner, could inspire fear of an intensity I would never feel again as an adult. In childhood, one day can feel as long as a month. Too often, people remember childhood only for its magic and innocence, forgetting its capacity for deep sorrow. The Dead Mother shatters that illusion, showing how disorienting and isolating loss can be for a child. The absence of facial expressions in the adults suggests a lack of emotional connection, underscoring how exclusion from conversations about death can compound a child's loneliness. As one child support hotline notes, leaving children out during moments of grief can make them feel even more abandoned. This painting reminds us of the importance of supporting children through such moments rather than leaving them alone in fear. 2. Henry Ford Hospital, Frida Kahlo. This oil painting from 1932 is one of Frida Kahlo's most intimate biographical works. It portrays her devastating experience of delivering a stillborn male fetus at Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit when she was about 3.5 months pregnant. The loss was linked to the lingering aftermath of a catastrophic traffic accident years earlier in which her pelvis had been shattered. The canvas captures grief with brutal honesty. Kahlo depicts herself nude, lying on a hospital bed with a pool of blood, openly weeping. From her hand extend red threads like veins connecting her to 6 symbols of her suffering: a pelvic bone, a medical model of female reproductive anatomy, a snail, a purple orchid, steel medical instruments, and the fetus itself hovering above her abdomen. Behind this intimate scene stretches a cold industrial cityscape juxtaposed starkly against her human tragedy. The solitary atmosphere of this painting still resonates today. Themes around miscarriage, childbirth trauma, and female bodily experiences often remain shrouded in silence and taboo, reflected in Western art history's scarcity of such raw portrayals. By daring to confront these hidden realities, Kahlo not only documents her pain, but also opens a space for collective healing. Her distinctive style, grounded in physical reality, combined with surreal dreaminess, shines here. The painting transforms personal grief into something universal, testifying to Kahlo's ability to merge autobiography with profound emotional clarity. 3. Hanagatami, Uemura Shōen. Hanagatami is a 1915 work by Uemura Shōen, one of the most prominent modern Japanese female artists. It depicts Teruhi no Mae, a character from the no or traditional Japanese play Hanagatami. After the prince she once loved ascends to the throne and abandons her, Teruhi no Mae loses her sanity. She wanders into the capital, expressing her memories of love and loss through dance. What is most striking about this piece is the tension between outward serenity and inner despair. Teruhi no Mae appears to smile faintly and move with elegance which diverges from conventional visualizations of grief, such as weeping or crouching. Yet, a closer look reveals unsettling details. Vacant gaze, the torn fan at her feet, her garments slipping down, and her limp posture, all signs of madness. Shōen is said to have studied patients with mental illness in Kyoto as a reference for this work, grounding its psychological reality in lived observation. Color too plays a symbolic role. Beneath the soft pastel layers of kimono lies the dark burgundy of a hakama, representing an inner flame of resentment smoldering beneath composure. As context, Shōen was a leading painter in bijinga, literally pictures of beautiful women, a popular genre in Japanese art that idealizes gestures and appearances while downplaying emotional expressions. In Hanagatami, however, Shōen pushes against convention. The intensity of Teruhi no Mae's passion threatens to pierce the mask of feminine grace, calm, and refinement. Shōen herself once remarked, quote, "I have never painted with the idea that women are only about physical beauty. My desire is to create paintings that are like precious jewels with a pure and refined feel without a trace of vulgarity, unquote. Hanagatami embodies this vision. It portrays not only external elegance, but also the inner depth of a woman haunted by loss and madness. The work captures both the refinement Shōen sought and the hidden anguish beneath a socially imposed mask. By placing the three pieces, The Dead Mother by Edvard Munch, Henry Ford Hospital by Frida Kahlo, and Hanagatami by Uemura Shōen side by side, we see how artists from vastly different cultural contexts have grappled with the universal theme of loss. Each expresses grief in a distinct visual language, Munch through stark psychological anguish, Kahlo through raw autobiographical symbolism, and Shōen through the quiet rupture beneath graceful restraint. Taken together, these works remind us that, while the forms of expression differ, the overwhelming sense of loss they convey resonates across cultures and nationalities. In appreciating them, we open ourselves to the possibility of human sympathy that transcends borders, a shared recognition of pain, resilience, and the search for meaning. How did you find today's episode? I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider leaving a review or comment. Liking and subscribing to my YouTube channel will be more than welcome. Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye for now.